Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 110 for Christmas Eve, December the 24th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungart and thank you very much for joining me. Merry Christmas everyone, Happy Christmas Eve. Easily my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I love to eat and take a nap, and it's also the kickoff for Christmas. Christmas Eve I really love. I've always found Christmas to be kind of sad, like the entire month of December leads up to Christmas, and then you open all your presents and you put away all the wrapping paper, and then you're left with nothing. And usually by December 27th, I already want it to be summertime again, especially here in Washington. Post-Christmas winter sucks, because it's just going to rain until like May, and then in May it rains a little less, and it's a little less gray, and it's like 70 degrees. But it's Christmas Eve. I'm going to talk about one of the most classic Christmas films ever made, It's a Wonderful Life. This one was directed by the fantastic Frank Capra, who directed Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. If I had to pick a favorite Frank Capra film, I would probably pick it's either It's a Wonderful Life or Arsenic and Old Lace, which is a fantastic, really funny film starring Cary Grant. He has these two old aunts who are basically serial murderers who lure old men into their inn, and they poison them and they hide the bodies in the basement, and their mentally handicapped nephew buries the bodies in the basement. It's kind of dark, but it's such a funny classic film. Arsenic and Old Lace. It's classic. It's one of my favorite films. But It's a Wonderful Life, directed by Frank Capra, starring Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed. I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about the plot, because pretty much every single person on the planet has seen this film. It's a Wonderful Life really is one of the greatest Christmas films ever made, and it's definitely in one of my favorite films ever made. I watched this film a couple weeks ago, and it surprised me how relevant this film still is. I mean, this film deals directly with a savings and loan going under. And it's funny because, you know, we recently had banks go bankrupt, and this kind of, it's just funny how cyclical this is, and how this film that was made so long ago still feels so, like, socially relevant almost. I think another one of the big reasons this film is such a classic is because Jimmy Stewart is in it, and he is easily one of the greatest actors of all time. Absolutely one of my favorites. He's been in so many classic films: Vertigo, North by Northwest, Rope, which is another Hitchcock film that I just love. Harvey. Jimmy Stewart is one of the most endearing actors who, when you watch this film, you instantly know who George Bailey is, because Jimmy Stewart makes him come to life, and he makes him so endearing and likable that you cannot help but completely get swept up in his story. And you see his entire life, and I mean, of course you do. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. But there is a powerful, powerful story being told in this that is so hopeful that you can't help but love it. And I was kind of taken back that this year, films like Slumdog Millionaire and Milk, really also Milk, were such hopeful films that I remember hearing that people were comparing Slumdog Millionaire. They were saying it was Capra-esque, and I do not disagree. It's you know, by the end of this film, when that bell rings, you feel the weight of what that means to this angel who he may or may have not met. It's it's great, and films like this it makes me so angry that the Christmas films we have now are always like, I got a new girlfriend and she's gonna come home for Christmas and meet my crazy family, and they're setting the bar so low. No one's even attempting to make profound Christmas movies anymore, it feels like. I feel like Elf has come closer than anyone else, and that's a Will Ferrell movie that was a comedy, but I'm losing my voice, so I think It's a Wonderful Life is one of the greatest films ever made. He and Donna Reed are fantastic together. I mean, there's just the classic scene after classic scene. The scene in the gym when the floors open up and there's a pool underneath it. I believe that wasn't in the script, and when they showed up to shoot that day, the gym just happened to have a pool under it, and Frank Capra is like, we need to incorporate that in the film. It's one of the most classic parts of the film. And then, of course, Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed walking home after the dance together and throwing the lasso around the moon. It's just classic Hollywood, classic films. It's one of my favorites. I give It's a Wonderful Life a 5 out of 5. It's almost the definition of classic to me. If you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and subscribe. Give me some star ratings. If you have any questions or comments or would like to see me review any films, leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.